Hello and welcome all the students of Hitbullseye and all the students around the world who have joined the session with us. We have Dr. Sunita Gupta with us from IIAD who has over 30 years of experience in teaching. She has completed a PhD in economics from Mumbai University and thereafter headed the Department of Economics at a college in Mumbai University. One of her main distinguished accolades includes researching and publishing of papers globally in the field of public finance, laying emphasis on internal public debt from 2010 till 2018. She worked with Pearl Academy, taking care of courses like MA in Fashion, Marketing, and BA in Fashion Business Management. In the year 2012, she completed a postgraduate certificate in higher education, that is PGCHE from NTU UK, and was awarded a distinction. We welcome you, ma'am, to this session
Thank
and
you.
to give a more brief about you. So, some of her special achievements are she headed the CSR projects, which includes Pearl, Setu project, Tihar project, Purkal project, principals and teachers training courses, international lecture series, lectures at INTI Malaysia, and collaboration with Pearl and INTI for online lectures. So, ma'am, the platform is over to you now. Please guide us all about what is IIAD and how it be a conventional thing from a long era. But there is a confusion in students' mind: will we be having a bright future in the arts or not? So this is a basic question which the students have there in their heads. Will arts or while doing this BA course can help them to achieve a successful goal in their life? So yes, we can start.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Um, Thank you so much. I'd just like to say that thank you for a very detailed introduction. Um, I just want to say that right now I am teaching and I am heading the Department of Fashion Business Management at Indian Institute of Art and Design in Okla. So I'm representing them right now. So in the course of our conversation, in terms of clarifying certain questions that you all may have, I will take all your questions at that time. But maybe just to give you a brief idea about what is the world of design and what is in the world of design, what is fashion business management. So I'm just going to share a small presentation with you all that I have made. So I'll just share it with you. Give me just a moment to share it. Yeah, I hope it's seen by you all. Yeah, can you see
Yes,
my presentation?
yes, ma'am, it's visible. It's visible.
Hi, Saurabh.
Great. Great.
Hi.
So just to tell you, as you know,
Saurabh, just very quickly, just take me through your profile. What is it that you do right now? And concentrate a bit of your work where you work with schools.
Just a sec, ma'am. I guess someone from IIAD was talking in game, not an issue.
yeah,
Okay.
Sorry for the disturbance, ma'am.
yeah. So I just would like to take you through because I'm a person who deals with hardcore facts. So I want to take you all through some data that I'd like to show you. One sec, I'll just put it as full screen. Yes. So if you look at what is the expected economic growth rate of India's GDP, of course, last year, because of COVID, things have become like, topsy-turvy for the whole world. But these were projections that were made by Economist Intelligence Unit. And they said that the projection that by 2022, the real GDP compound annual growth rate is going to be highest as far as India is concerned. Yeah. And as far as the textile and fashion industry is concerned, it is said that it is going to grow from 100 billion US dollars in the year 2018 to about $250 billion by 22-25. Some more data. Designer wear industry, it is said, of course, it's a little outdated because we're talking about 2020, but this is also going to have a great future. Now, this is what we have experienced as far as the lockdown period was concerned, that the e-commerce industry has grown by leaps and bounds. And we find that it is predicted and it is forecast that the annual growth rate is going to be 51% as far as the e-commerce industry is concerned. And Indian economy is going to see the highest annual growth rate. Online retail jobs, they have increased and doubled by threefold. And I have some young friends who have joined companies like Flipkart. And this boy who's working with Flipkart last 3 months during the COVID period, he said that, during the COVID period, to get the profile that he has, it's something very unbelievable where people are being thrown out of the job, and Flipkart was, hiring people. And he said that in about 3 months, he saw that there is a 52% increase in the sales with Flipkart. So do we want to be a part of this growth? Yeah. So with fashion business management, what are the avenues that are going to be available? What are the career opportunities that would be available to you all? Just to give you a brief about that, you can go into back-end operations. Like we all wear clothes of various brands. Where is it produced? How is it produced? Who designs it? How is it designed? H&M comes, with a big, huge store in India. But what goes into the back-end operations of H&M, Zara, etc.? So back-end operation, if we look at it, it includes fashion merchandising, fashion buying, product development, fashion forecasting. Yeah. So these are certain aspects that are included in the back-end operation, which fashion business management students learn. So this is one aspect. The other aspect could be to go into the front-end operations, which includes fashion brand management, retail management, visual merchandising. These are some things, which are really upcoming as far as business management is concerned. And not just that, brand management and visual merchandising, not just in the physical store, but also on the online, how you are displaying things on your website. Very important to understand. The aspect that you could look at is fashion promotions, which includes fashion marketing, PR, events like, when we talk about fashion shows. So these are all fashion promotion activities. Now, e-commerce, these are some of the sites that I'm mentioning. Amazon is another huge place from where a lot of fashion and lifestyle products are bought. Yeah. We can always become entrepreneurs. There's so many of my students who come and say that my dad has a business and I want to take my dad's business to the next level. There are students who have started with their own business ventures. When I come to the stories that I would like to share, in those stories, you will understand what the students of fashion business management could do. Yeah. The other is fashion content. So many fashion magazines that are there. Yes, at the time of COVID, the physical copies, they did not sell so much. But the online version of fashion magazines, they went a lot. And we needed people who are writing content. We needed people who are going to write blogs and stories for that. Yeah. So this is one aspect. So at IIAD, what we have is we have these undergraduate courses. We have 3 undergraduate courses. We have undergraduate in fashion design. We have undergraduate in fashion communication design, and we have interior architecture design. I mean, we have now introduced for the last, this is going to be the 3rd year, that we have introduced the fashion business management. Yeah. And these courses are for 4 years. It is foundation plus 3 years, whereas fashion business management is a 3-year course. And by the end of these 4 and 3-year course, what you get is a degree from Kingston University. Kingston University is considered, and it has bagged the best ranking design, art and design institute in the world. Yeah. Now, what we learn in these 3 years of fashion business management are the 4 modules: fashion context, fashion business environment, fashion marketing practices, and certain skills that you learn.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Actually, just one point from my end. So, a lot of students who are preparing with us for various competitive exams, so their inclination is towards management courses, right? So, as you just told about, so they can have a fashion and management technology related course as well. So, I would really love you to talk a bit more about this thing, that how can they improve or how can they get into a management course which is related to the fashion world or the designing world.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Ankur, no, your name is?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Ankur. So that's exactly I'm trying to say that, I had gone to tell you a little story of mine. I had once gone to an export house where they are producing garments. And we found that person who was the head of the merchandising, he was from an MBA college. And I asked the HR, I mean, this guy doesn't know anything about fashion. Why have you got a management student to be the head of merchandiser? And I was flabbergasted to hear the answer. He said, ma'am, fashion, they understand within 6 months. But the jargons of management, understanding the business strategies, understanding finance, understanding organization, understanding the strategies of sales and marketing, that only a management student understands.
True.
And that's where, mera ghanti baja. And I said, how about having a fashion course where the students
With
not just
management.
learn fashion, but the management courses as well. So we amalgamated it. And now, if you see, I have a friend who's a CEO of Select City Walk in
Okay.
Delhi.
Delhi.
Okay. His name is Yogeshwar Sharma. And Yogeshwar says, ma'am, give me management students who know fashion. Look at the number of brands that we have here. And if you give me students who have done fashion business management, I can place them like this. Yeah, because brand existing. Yeah. So they are learning, like in fashion business management, what they do is they will look at, for example, a domestic brand, say Fab India. Okay. They will look at 10 years financial statements. How has the company performed in the last 10 years? Where is it that the company has fallen? What it needs to do in order to improve their sales? That whole strategy my students are learning. Why is it that Zara does not do marketing? We don't see any posters and social media posts, etc. of Zara. Zara is more word of mouth. Which brands need to be advertised? Uniqlo came into India February 4th, I think, 2019. First store came in the Ambience Mall in Vasant Kunj. Oh, you saw billboards after billboards of Uniqlo traveling from Tokyo to Delhi. Yeah. So these marketing strategies, it's brilliant to understand that. And the skills that we teach in terms of UX, UI, so many softwares we teach them. Unfortunately, the students these days, because we're so text heavy, and our language has become bad thanks to the text language. We do not know how to write mails. We do not know how to communicate. We do not know that 1 minute lift pitch. So these are things that the fashion business management, these students learn. I'll give you an example. One of my master's student, this 15th February, Aditya Birla sent us a mail stating, we want a student for a live project, and this will be a paid live project. This girl worked on her resume, worked on her portfolio on 16th February. 16th night, she sent the mail. 17th early morning, Aditya Birla says, we want this student. And now she's doing that live project with Aditya Birla. Only because of the skills that she has. So I hope somewhere, Ankur, I have tried to answer the question.
Yes, for sure, ma'am, definitely.
Yes. Just to take you through, our whole teaching pedagogy at IIAD is about project-based learning. How does it go project-based? Just to tell you, just with this diagram I'm trying to explain. Like, for example, the student will pick up, say, a Indian fashion apparel brand. They understand the whole fashion elements, the silhouettes, the raw material that they are using. Where do you get these raw materials from? How is the production done? The nuances of production. Okay. And then they go into the business elements of understanding the economic environment, what marketing strategy this brand is adopting, how is it different from its competitors. Looking at, as I was saying, the management and accounting, the accounts of the whole brand, which is all available. You pay 400 rupees, it's a listed company. You pay 400 rupees and you can get the brand's financial statements for the last 10 years online. Okay. And then we do research aspects, like very important to understand, how do we conduct research? How do you collect data? What do you do with that data? Analytics of the data, and then communication strategies, computing strategies. I think this girl who went into Aditya Birla, if you looked at her resume, the kind of soft skills that she had and the kind of softwares that she knew, Aditya Birla picked her up because they were looking for those softwares. And it's an internship on an e-commerce platform. Yeah. So I just 1 second.
I guess, ma'am, Shambhavi Singh from the audience has one doubt for you. Shambhavi, you can just unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yes, ma'am. May I?
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, so many, especially my parents, have this concern that after bachelor's, we must do a master's. So, ma'am, is there a career opportunity after bachelor's only, or do we need to do the master's?
No,
Like,
there is a, you see, honey, I tell you, I am from Bombay. I'm a hardcore Bombaya. 38 years of my life, I lived in Bombay. So I am very clear. I'll call a spade a spade. So with that truthfulness, and I feel that I'm not going to just win over students. The only difference is you're somebody's child. I did not give birth to you. Yeah, you're somebody's child. But if my child was in your place, would I give absolute truthful information or not? That is the attitude that I go with. Yeah. So I'd like to say, Shambhavi, that 3 years, what is a strategy these years? 3 years, you do undergraduation in fashion business management, suppose. Then 3 to 4 years, you work with the industry. Then you go for masters. London College of Fashion, maybe, or London Business School, wherever. Because you have worked with industry and then you go for masters, it has great weightage. And do you think company will take you immediately after graduation? Yes. They will take you.
Okay,
Because with
ma'am.
the fresh graduates of BA, I mean BA in the sense with undergraduation in, undergraduation, when they finish, if I was the industry, why would I take a undergraduate student? One, because the sincerity level is much higher. Two, commitment level is much higher. Three, they do not initially, I don't have to pay them too much. I'm being blunt.
Yes, ma'am.
For the first 6 months, okay, an undergraduate student can be hired at 25,000 per month. For the first 6 months. Shambhavi, I'm saying for 6 months, because actually when you go to the industry trains you to understand what the industry is like. Imagine industry is training me and it is paying me 25,000 for it. I would have gone free of cost.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Yeah. So there is no dearth. You will get a job. And therefore, after your job, 2 years, 3 years, depending, then you can go for masters. I hope,
Okay, ma'am.
Shambhavi, I have answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. Very clearly. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. So, I just want to, I'm not doing it on slide share mode. I just want to show you everything. So we have master classes by industry experts. The people who come to my class to take lectures for fashion business management, some of them are entrepreneurs. They have their own business and they understand how the industry works. During COVID, one of the girls, one of the students, her eldest sister, who runs her own business, yeah, she's also working from home. So the other day we were meeting their parents and their siblings, etc. This eldest sister, what she told me, ma'am, when my younger sister is attending classes, I am sitting behind and I learn so much from what is happening in your classes. And that's what I try to implement at my work. In the last 6 months, my entrepreneur sales and benefits have gone up so drastically because I'm using the marketing strategies that you are teaching. I said, ye to free of cost ho gaya. But just see, these are the kind of industry people we get to teach on the course. Then we also have one-on-one mentoring. This is 2 years, this is for masters, I'm saying, but for 3 years of undergraduate also, there is one-on-one mentoring. I'm teaching in this institute for the last 2 years now, and I feel that, I'm sure Ankur will understand my language. Education has become so commercial these days.
Very true, ma'am.
I am looking at numbers. This is one place, I have been teaching for the last 35 years or so, 1986 onwards.
Oh,
Yes, 1985 I
this
finished
this
my
I came to know just now. Even after reading your profile.
1986 was my first teaching assignment. And I feel after I have joined this institute, I have understood what is the ideal teacher-student ratio. So for our post-graduation, our ideal number, which we will not go beyond, is between 15 to 20. And for our undergraduation, it is 20 to 25. Having 40, 60 students in the class, we can't pay individual attention. So there is fantastic teacher-student ratio that we believe in. There is long industry internships. There are study trips that we go to. As I told you, I went to Bangalore, Tirupur, because Tirupur is a very good dying unit. We take the students for international exchange also, to understand what is a luxury market, for example, in Milan. Right now, ek saal se there is no travel thanks to COVID. No?
All these fancy things we just get to hear in movies
Yeah.
or some web series, right? So this international exposure is also one of the things which a lot of students think that they might only get if they join a good IIM for doing their masters from MBA from the those kind of colleges.
Huh.
So so like my idea of conducting these sessions with all the students is this only, that they should know that now art stream also, or the designing streams, they have gone so far like you cannot even imagine, because the awareness is very less. Still today I believe a lot of parents are like कि डॉक्टर या इंजीनियर ही बनना है मेरे बेटे को, और कुछ नहीं बनाऊंगा अपने बेटे बेटी को, दोनों को ही, राइट? सो
कोई
अभी भी कहीं ना कहीं वो चीजें हैं.
कन्वेंशनल है. डॉक्टर्स कौन बनना चाहता है? इतना सारा, I mean, look at the number of years that a doctor has to spend in actually gaining that expertise. And when, at my time, doctors, engineers at my time was okay, because these opportunities we never had. I mean, at my time of school, could I ever understand these design courses? There was no way they ever existed. Now,
You're talking about your time. I was not able to understand in my time. That was just like 7 to 8 years ago.
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's every day you look at the entrepreneurship that the students come up with, it's mind boggling. I mean, look at the founder of Google. You and I couldn't even imagine what Google has done. No? So I mean, this is what I'd like to share, and I think now I'm going to stop my screen, and I'm going to have an interactive session. I think that is more enjoyable.
Yeah.
So please feel free to ask any questions. If I have the capacity to answer, because I'm not a perfect human being, there may be questions that I do
Just
not
being
know the
humble.
answer to, but I will try my best.
Antisha is having a question. Antisha, dear, you can just unmute yourself and ask.
Good evening, ma'am.
Very good evening. Sorry, please pardon me. I'm going to have some coffee at the same time.
Sure, sure. Please, ma'am, go ahead, ma'am.
This is coffee with Karan, and Karan is Ankur.
Pleasure is all mine.
Yes. Please go ahead. Please ask.
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask, in this course, we'll get the degree of Kingston University. So does this course is affiliated by UGC also?
Yay, what an amazing question. So see, I want to tell you that, see, Kingston University, imagine, I mean, hamara country, no, kabhi aisa lagta hai, please khul jao. See, Kingston University, the accolades of Kingston University is world renowned. But in India, we are stuck with UGC. So because I know that we need a UGC degree, you are also, so we have tied up with Lingayas University. So Lingayas University is accredited in India. Okay. Now, my question is, do I have to study for Kingston University separately and do the study for Kingston University separately? No. So Kingston University has incorporated our syllabus. 1 or 2 papers you have to write an exam for, which we train you. Antisha, do I answer your question?
Yes, ma'am.
So you will get a dual degree. Kingston University degree for world minus India. And second one is Lingayas University, which is for India.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Next question we have from the user with the contact number. So please, the one who is raising your hand, please, you may go ahead and ask your question. Please unmute yourself and ask.
I think she was just trying to say that she's quite satisfied with the answer that I gave.
Okay. So Shambhavi has one more question for you, ma'am. Shambhavi,
Yes, Shambhavi, please go ahead.
Ma'am, just one thing. Till when the admissions are open for
Okay,
IIAD?
that Ahana can answer.
Hi, Shambhavi. So, if you want to enroll at IID, there's an entrance examination which you have to appear and you have to clear the examination. For the business program, fashion business management program, we have an entrance called IIAD Management Aptitude Test. The application form can be filled on our official website. The cost of the application is 2,000 rupees, and once you complete the application, you will then be eligible to appear for the entrance examination. And yeah, so we select the students who clear this entrance IID management aptitude test. Yeah, and the
About
entrance is supposed to happen on 28th and 27th and 28th of March. You will have an option to take this entrance both online and offline. And the deadline to fill the application is 20th of March.
about that, I have already cleared the aptitude and personal interview
All
uh,
right.
IIAD. So yeah, so that's why
Oh,
I wanted to.
Shambhavi, then I may have interviewed you.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am, you did.
Oh, wonderful.
okay.
Oh, show me your face. I want to see you. Then I'll
Sure, ma'am.
immediately know whether I have. It's okay if you don't want to. Oh,
No,
oh
ma'am.
yes,
Sure. Good evening,
Shambhavi.
ma'am.
Yes, I know that I have interviewed you. Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am. It was
Oh,
Yeah,
great experience.
beautiful girl.
Shamil, can you hear me?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that last thing, ma'am?
Yeah, Shambhavi, so we have multiple cycle of entrance. I think because you already took the entrance exam in the last cycle.
Yeah.
You are now eligible to apply. The students who did not fill the application form, or if they are planning to fill the application, the deadline is 20th of March.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, great. I remember Shambhavi very well.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. It was really good. It was my first college interview, and I was so nervous about it. But then it went so smoothly. I felt like I was talking to someone I've known already for years. So I just
Wonderful,
loved
wonderful.
it. Okay.
The
Thank you, ma'am.
motive should be to make the student comfortable.
Yes, yes. So earlier these session used to be in the webinar mode where only like you and me, only the moderators and the college authorities were allowed to show their faces. So that's why I want to keep it in the meeting mode so that the other students can also participate in the conversation, not just on the text on the chat, right? So they can just unmute self and then
Yes.
ask the questions. So anyone else in the session, if they have any doubts or queries, please guys go ahead. There's a one-time opportunity. Otherwise, ma'am will be there in the interview session directly. So now is the time that you can ask your questions. Otherwise, interview में तो फिर आपसे questions पूछे जाएंगे.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, you didn't answer till when the admissions will be open.
Hannah, till when are the admissions open? Hannah? Hello?
I guess it's 20th of March. Ahana, ma'am, if you can hear me, can you please confirm?
No, I think after 20th March, I think they would be, you see, I'm not so much into admissions, I'm more into academics. But I
Yeah.
think there is another cycle also.
Okay.
Shambhavi, I think there would be another cycle, possibly one would be, if I'm not mistaken, one would be in the month of April, I guess. So, Ahana, are you there to answer that question? No, I think she's.
I guess might be some network issues because I can see her on the screen.
Yeah. Shambhavi, if she comes back, we'll ask that question again.
Okay, sure, ma'am, sure.
Great. So, guys, do you have any questions? Again, I'm telling you, this is the last chance that you can get to ask questions from ma'am.
So I just want to share maybe some success stories,
Sure.
and I just want to say that there was this girl who was a student of mine, and so in the first year, now she had younger brothers and sisters, and the father very clearly said that I can afford the fee only for the first year. The next 2 years, you have to do things on your own. Now, in the first year, we taught also how to set up your own website. And she was learning jargons of business. So in the first year, she just decided that she's going to set up her little website and she will sell some quirky products like phone covers, clips, and the haversack bags and all. So she started off. Second year also, it went up. Okay. Third year also. And look at the way she thought what is the brand? We were talking about branding. So she thought, what is a brand name I will give? No, so she thought, my product is for Aam Aadmi. So she named her brand as Aam, Mango, Aadmi, People. Mango People.
Okay.
And she started selling. Third year, last semester, she was my mentee for dissertation for the capstone project. And the other day she comes to me and she says, ma'am, please come down. I was like, where are you taking me? I'm so busy. Ma'am, please come down. So I went down, and in front of the gate, there was this huge black Jaguar standing with आगे का red ribbon and a flower and all that.
Don't tell me वो उसकी गाड़ी थी.
So I said, बहुत अच्छी है. किसकी है? She said, ma'am, I have bought this down payment, my first gift for my father.
Nice.
This was about 7 years back. Now, every year, this girl comes to college and she says, ma'am, I need students to hire. Most of the businesses go offline store to online. Mango People brand has gone from online to offline. 2 years back, she came to me, said, ma'am, my first store has opened in Singapore. Can you give me students who are ready to go to Singapore to handle my store? Can you imagine? She was on Harper's Bazaar's cover as Woman Entrepreneur of the Year. I'm getting goosebumps when I think of her.
I got when you mentioned about Jaguar.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, look at the entrepreneurial skills that the students have these days. And there was a student who came and, he came from Lucknow, and he said that, ma'am, my father has chicken curry business, but, it's not really, it's a brand is not very established. So I want to do this to take my father's business to next level. It's been 5 years. This guy is now married, has 2 little kids. And the father, he said, he told father, you take care of your business. I am opening a brand extension I'm doing for kids wear apparel brand for chicken curry products. A huge big showroom he has opened in Lucknow, and it's doing so wonderfully. So I just feel that this passion with which they come, understanding fashion, understanding the business elements, these are some examples I'm giving you. Another girl, she was a blogger and she had lots of followers, and she would style herself, put her pictures onto her blog, and there's so many followers. Aditya Birla saw that. I'm talking about my master's student. Aditya Birla saw that, the number of followers, they wrote to her and they said, would you please join Aditya Birla because we like your blog so much. And now she's heading one of the departments at Aditya Birla. Akriti.
Thinking to join like your course again, the UG course. Even after completing masters again, planning to go for the UG course.
No, we have this course at master's level also for you.
Okay. So again, I'll be a double masters then.
Yes. So lots of opportunities. Yes. Any questions that anyone has? I think there's a lull.
Just waiting for any question to pop up.
Yeah. Ahana, are you there now? No. So don't worry, Shambhavi, I am kind of...
Ma'am, I'm sorry. There was a problem with my microphone.
Yeah. So Ahana, the question that Shambhavi is asking, till when would the admissions be open for the new batch? So March is one that you have said. if there are students who would like to appear in the month of April or May, would that be available? Is that what your question is, Shambhavi?
Okay, so I think people who appear in different cycles have different deadlines to block their seats by making the payment of the first installment. Your deadline, according to the cycle in which you appeared, would definitely be mentioned in your offer letter. So if you are planning to enroll in IID, make sure that you block your seat by paying the first installment before the deadline. As you know that we have if I talk about fashion business management, we have 20 seats for the undergraduate program and 20 seats for the postgraduate program. So we have divided these seats equally among the three entrance cycles. So, and we also have a waiting list of students who have done extremely well in the entrance examination. We give them the first preference to block the seat with us. So, in case you miss the deadline, the seat will then be offered to the students in the waiting list. So that is why you need to block your seat and confirm your admission by making the payment before the deadline. So I hope that answers.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. So there is one question, name is not written, but there is iPhone. They're saying that, can you elaborate anything about the placements? Wonderful. Thank you for asking that question. I always feel, that placements, to say that any institution, no, when they say that, oh, we have 100% placements, they're just fooling people. And I don't want to fool you. I sincerely don't want to fool you. I will say that we make you employable. Rest is, you see, if Ankur was a company and I was applying to his company, okay, he will take me only if he feels that I can add value to his company. No, wherever I have studied, that institute cannot take responsibility of making sure that Ankur employs me. That is my struggle. If I have those 3 years of my undergraduation, I have left no stone unturned. Why will the company not take me? Instead of asking, will the company take me or not, is the company fortunate enough to have me or not? That should be our struggle. When my students finish their work of 3 years, and we have at the end of the year, we have something called as portfolio, where we invite the industry people to come and see their work. I remember I was sitting on one of the tables where we had 3 industry people, and here was making a presentation. There was almost a fight between these 3 industry people. I want this student. The other said, I will pay her more than. So I called Hia, please come and decide where is it that you would like to go. Hia says, ma'am, she opened her bag. I already have an appointment letter. I'm sorry, the iPhone person, I don't know your name, but I sincerely hope that I have answered your question. We have a placement cell. As I told you, my faculty team is mostly from the industry. They drop names, they call up people like that, oh, you want a master class? I can call this one, I can call that one. So there is a great industry connect we have. But I still say it all depends on what is the student's seeking mind and the struggle. I can take the horse to water. I cannot make the horse drink the water. Thank you, Rini, for your appreciation.
I was just about to speak that out. Ma'am, one more comment for you, especially.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Any other
I guess no more questions are there now. So I guess we'll conclude the session now, ma'am. And in case if any queries comes up to me, so guys, please, you know me on Telegram group. You can just post in your doubts. And this is live on YouTube as well, ma'am. So if any student wants to interact with me later, so I'll just take up the query and then personally send it to you.
Thank you. We'll do that.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much for
everyone.
attending us, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Uncle.